What if we could change our lives with just some small tweaks to our existing routines and still have fun in the process? Have you ever wondered if it were possible to do more of what matters to you without the stress and burnout of everyday life? Hey friends, welcome to the channel, and today we're doing Monday Book Club, where I go through a summary of key insights and ideas from some of my favorite books. Today we're talking about Feel Good Productivity by Ali Abdaal, which talks about how you can be productive and feel good too in the process. Through examples of real experiments and real personal stories, along with evidence from neuroscience, the book explains how there's an easier, happier path to success that is not rooted in stress and discipline, but in joy. Before we jump into the book review, let's talk a little bit about Ali Abdaal. So Ali is a well-known productivity expert, YouTuber, doctor, entrepreneur, and now author. He has over 5 million subscribers on YouTube, and his content focuses on productivity, study techniques, and personal development, reaching millions of viewers worldwide. Ali started documenting his productivity tips whilst he was still in med school. He would share tips on how to get into med school, but now his content provides value to different types of people worldwide, and his channel has grown from strength to strength. The book shares practical ways of getting things done without feeling drained and is backed by a lot of research. It talks about how feeling good changes our patterns of thought and hence our behavior. Positive mood enables people to have an open mind and consider broader options, as well as to be open to new experiences. In short, positive emotions are the fuel that helps people to do their best. If you feel good, you have more energy, which makes you more productive. There are three parts to the book, which are energize, unblock, and sustain. Ali explains that in order to feel energized, people need play, power, and people. The book talks about how as we grow older, we tend to lose that natural playfulness that we had as children. Children play a lot and are adventurous and not striving for goals or worrying about things like adults do. Ali suggests that adventure is the first major ingredient of play, or perhaps happiness. Another trait we could learn from children is curiosity. Curiosity allows us to focus longer. And I think this is because if you're curious about something, you can really immerse yourself into it. Another key point was to lower the stakes, not focus so much on outcomes, just reframing one's mind to see failure as a good thing. A quote from the book is to see failure as an invitation to try something new. Have an experimental mindset and think of things as an experiment that you can learn from, and then maybe tweak some things if the initial results are not what you expected. Number two, power. Ali describes power as feeling empowered to take your life into your own hands. People need to be responsible for their own lives and actions. To increase your sense of power, Ali says that you need to start by building confidence. He also explains that confidence can actually be learned. You can even start by playing a role of the confident person until it comes naturally to you. To increase one's power, you also need to increase your skills. Increasing your skills increases your capability, and if you feel more capable, then you become more confident and hence feel more powerful. Another powerful way to learn is learning through doing. The more we do something, the more you get it, and the more confident you become, and the greater your sense of control. The book talks about always having a beginner's mind, and this is referred to in the book as the Shoshin approach, which is a Zen concept from the Japanese word Shoshin. Quoting from the book, this refers to always approaching tasks with curiosity, openness, and humility of a beginner. A beginner is always willing to try new things and are not set in their ways. Ali says the way to maintain this beginner's mind is to give yourself reminders. Just be more aware and find ways of checking with yourself. It could be as simple as asking yourself daily, weekly, or monthly what you've learned. You don't know everything, and as the saying goes, you don't know what you don't know. This should help one to approach things, challenges, tasks with more curiosity and humility. Teaching and offering mentorship is also another way to have a deeper understanding of the subject and improve one's skills. Lastly, it talks about how taking ownership of your work gives you power. You can't always control the outcome, but you can control your mindset and the process. Number three, people. Find your tribe. Find people who energize you, not drain you. This is usually a hard one for people in school, or if you're at a job that you work 40 hours a week with the same people, some of whom you might find absolutely draining. But these days, there are a lot of ways to find your tribe. There are communities on social media platforms that you can find people who share the same interests. Ali talks about the benefits of working together as part of a team. Instead of working in competition, he suggests working as comrades. Working as part of a team helps to increase motivation. What if you hate the people that you work with in your team, you ask? What if you can't work with that team? Then try find people to work in sync with. Ali talks about how he attended London Writers Salon where there were other writers trying to write and they spent 50-minute sessions working on their writing. Ali also talks about the benefits of offering help and asking for help. Do things to help people without expecting to receive anything in return. He also talks about random acts of kindness and how this definitely can help people feel good about themselves. As the Bible says, it is in giving that you receive. Truer words have never been spoken. He also shares an interesting concept known as the Benjamin Franklin effect, which, to quote from the book, suggests that when you ask someone for help, it's likely to make them think better of us. There's something in our human nature that just appreciates when people recognize you as knowing more than they do or having an answer to some problem they might have, which makes us feel good about ourselves. Pro tip though from the book: try and ask for help in person if you can. Apparently, this is 34 times more effective. Try and be genuine and emphasize on the positive aspects of the person that you admire. The book talks about the importance of communicating. Share information, don't hoard it, over communicate if you must. Basically, what Ali is saying is there's no such thing as over communicating. Communicate both the positive and the negative. So, some key things for me from the first part were: don't stop playing, find ways to keep on playing and to make things fun. Number 2, enjoy the process and not the outcome. Number 3, don't fear failure, look at things as experiments which you can learn from. 4, the importance of believing in yourself, and confidence is something that you can learn. You can be your own hype person if you must. Find people that have done it. Surround yourself with people that fill your cup, not drain it. Be a team player and communicate, communicate, communicate. Part 2 of the book talks about what Ali calls the unblock method. He talks about using this method when motivation or discipline are just not working. Quoting from the book, the unblock method encourages us to understand why we're feeling bad about work in the first place. This is going to the root cause of the problem. Ali describes the first blocker being what he calls the fog of uncertainty. Basically, what he's saying is the reason that people don't start doing what they need to do is because they don't know what they're supposed to be doing in the first place. I have an example of an employee that a friend of mine had, and they employed this person for 5 years. And my friend would always complain that this employee doesn't do what they need to do and they make so many mistakes. And then I explained to them, my friend, that maybe their employee did not know what they're supposed to be doing in the first place. Maybe if they were very clear with the task that they need to be doing, or they had a very clear job description, then this could reduce mistakes and they could do what they need to do. They made up a job description and explained clearly what the tasks were that they expected them to do and then this seemed to make a difference. This phenomenon has been referred to by scientists as the uncertainty paralysis. This is when people get overwhelmed by the complexity of a situation when they cannot understand. If a person doesn't have clarity, then they don't act and they don't do what they need to do, and when they don't do what they need to do, they feel bad. Ali talks about a concept called the commander's intent, which consists of 3 crucial components, which are purpose, end state, and key tasks. Ali explains this concept helps to clear fog. Ali says repeatedly asking yourself why reminds us of what we should really be focusing on. Then, after you've identified your why, set your focus on the what. You need to take action to take your goals into action, because just knowing what you need to do doesn't actually get things done. So your why is good, but then you need to start focusing on the execution. That is what gets things moving. Ali talks about nice goals. We all know about SMART goals, but nice goals are here for the here and now. They make sure that we focus on immediate steps to take instead of being overwhelmed by the bigger picture. Focus on input versus output. Focus on the controllables and then find out if there's a way to integrate the 3 energizing P's: power, play, and people into these goals. Once you've discovered the why and the what, then look at the when. How can you find ways of prioritizing that which you should be doing? How can you do this? One way is by having implementation intentions. An example of this, if someone wants to exercise, for example, they can say, I will do push ups, 5 push ups when I wake up. So the trigger here is waking up, and the habit is to do push ups or exercise. Another way is to time block. So, literally, blocking off time in your calendar to do X, Y, Z. Ali talks about thinking of time blocking as budgeting your time like you would budget your money to give you more time and freedom, just like budgeting your money gives you more financial freedom. Okay, now you have your why, you have your what and when, but you're still not taking action. So Ali explains that this could be because of fear and you don't have the courage to do what you need to do. He shares tips on how to understand your fear, reduce the fear, and then overcome fear. My favorite way, which is referred to in the book as the Batman effect, suggests putting on somewhat of an act. So imagine yourself as someone who could do the thing that you're struggling with. We've all heard of Beyonce's Sasha Fierce, her alter ego. And apparently, Ali's one is Professor X from X Men. The last part of part 2 talks about getting started. So get rid of obstacles that are preventing you from starting. Just take some action, create some systems that will support you in the long run. This last part of the book talks about practical ways of sustaining this momentum. Find ways to make you feel better because Ali explains the greatest cause of burnout is low mood. People get burnt out from overexertion. Ali suggests doing less to conserve your energy. He also talks about the importance of recharging. Whether it's going for a walk or exercising, it's important to find a way to be calm. Lastly, he talks about alignment. This requires reflecting, looking within, and this is a lifelong task. As Ali said, one way of doing this is to reflect on your own depth. You know, this is likely to shake the action out of you. I recently had to do this activity myself and it resonates really well with me. I had to walk away from my full time job, which was a six-figure salary job, to basically become a full time mom, wife, and business partner to my husband. But I seriously wake up every day feeling so grateful for this life as there is nothing else I would rather be doing at this stage. This is not to say in 4 years' time this could be different, but whilst my kids are young and need me, I'm so grateful and blessed to be able to afford this time with them. I also had a few health scares that made me reconsider what was really important. And for my medium term future, I think my priorities will still lie within my family and relationships and health. And I'm working on some short term goals right now, this channel being one of them. So please don't forget to subscribe as this video will likely fill my bucket and increase my dopamine levels. Overall, I love this book. It was well written, backed by science. Ali was very vulnerable and opened up about his own struggles and wins, which makes it even more reliable or relatable. Don't forget to subscribe. They can say, I will do